Morning.
Great.
How's everybody today? It's nice to see you. We have some people in the galley. Call the meeting to order. Our Planning and Development Committee meeting February 15th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Approval of the agenda. Does anybody have any late items for the agenda? Scott?
Just that one item that was deferred, so it's 5B. So
Okay.
out at Silver Sands, they asked to have it deferred until the 15th.
Okay. All right. Deb, you got that? Okay, good. Yeah, so that's deferred till next meeting. The owner wanted to defer till next meeting. Okay, approval of the agenda. Recommended that the Planning and Development Committee meeting agenda for February 15th, 2023 be approved as circulated. May I have a mover? Deb Heap and John. Okay, thank you. Seconder. All in favor? All righty. Approval of the minutes. Recommended that the minutes of the Planning and Development Committee meeting held on February 1st, 2023 be adopted. Hope you guys had a chance to read those. Can I have a mover? John. Okay. Seconder. Deb. Thank you. All in favor? All righty. Great. All right. Moving on to development service update. Scott, I imagine that's you.
Yeah, thank you. So we have the list of our current applications. A couple of them will be coming off kind of at the council meeting, and then some other ones that I'm just looking at them. Two that we'll consider at council. Three. Some other ones we're just waiting for additional information. We do have a new zoning application, so 113 Wet Up and 1005 Riverside. That one should be a good one. We'll probably have that one at the next meeting here for consideration. We have a couple temporary use permits for short-term rentals. So people who have houses in the residential zone and they want to apply for a temporary use permit for the short-term rental use. And yeah, we're willing to answer any questions on any of the permits that are in front of you right now.
Okay. Go ahead there, Ian.
Oh, I was going to say, where are those TUPs on here? I assume that's the ones down here. Okay.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And is that going to come to the next plan of development, or you're going to need some more time?
Yeah, I think they can probably get to the next meeting. There are people that we've been working with for quite a while. And
okay.
The process. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Deb, you good?
All good.
Okay. Great. Anybody? Okay, that's good. Thank you, Scott. All righty, moving on to new business. District zoning amendment bylaw 10/30/2022. It's 926 Seed Frontage Road. That the Planning and Development Committee recommend the council give a zoning amendment bylaw 10/30/2023 first and second reading to amend the C2 highway commercial zone to be added to the site specific regulation and attached employee dwelling unit located at the property legally described as Lot 3, Section 6, Township 22, Range 7, west of the 6th Meridian, KDYD Plan 2694, located at 926 Seed Frontage Road. I'm going to take this one. Scott or Sarah?
Sorry, just waiting for the screen to come back on.
Okay.
So this is the property here outlined in black on the screen. It's just up the road from the 7-Eleven. You're familiar with the area?
Is that where the cedar? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Next. You see it here. So it's on Seed Frontage Road. That fronts on Trans-Canada Highway. Next slide. So the property is within the Highway Commercial B land use designation of the official community plan and is zone C2 Highway Commercial. It's the same zone that was previously on there prior to the other bylaw. It's generally the same. Next slide. So the proposal is for a site-specific regulation, and this is because it's a very minor change to what the zone currently allows. So the zone already allows for an employee dwelling unit, which if you look at the definition includes owners can live there, business owners. So currently it would need to be part of the business building infrastructure. It would need to be above or like within in some way. So what the proponent is proposing is put on a mobile home. So we would need to allow that employee dwelling unit to be a separate unit that would be located to the side of the business main building or behind it. So that's what we're proposing to allow. That it's attached on either side to the side or rear of the principal use. It may or may not need a development permit for form and character. They do have an existing development permit along with their temporary use permit that speaks to things like parking, landscaping and screening, that kind of thing. So it really depends on how that currently an RV there. And they will have a non-variance permit for the side setback. So this C2 zone is designed to support larger format commercial development that you would typically see on along a highway, and is designed to encourage parcel consolidation because a lot of lots are very small right now. So that zone has a much larger setback that won't really work on this parcel as it stands. So we did talk to the fire chief, and based on neighboring development, there's no issue with the variance there. I think he was saying that it could go down to 3 meters and should be just fine in terms of fire separation from the neighboring building. Next slide. So these were the policies in the official community plan, which is something that we need to consider when we look at changing zoning. So if you're familiar with these, I won't read them through. Yep. I see some nods. But in general, you know, supporting housing options, working with the business community, you know, to implement economic strategies that help make our economy viable, and also supporting a diversity of light industrial uses that provide a living wage employment.
Great.
So I'll open for discussion.
Okay, let's just I didn't ask for a mover. So can I have a mover? Ian, seconder, Deb? Okay, discussion. Go ahead there, Deb.
I think it was at the last council meeting where they were talking about the tweaking that, you know, and updates that would be required to the official community plan. And as Sarah mentioned, you've got a lot of these lots along the commercial that do not really facilitate the large scale commercial development that might have been envisioned with some of these things. But I think it's great that you can have some mom and pop type situations along the, you know, along the highway commercial. And I think we've got to have some flexibility with regards to the housing because of lot size and everything, but you're really looking just to make sure that it looks decent because, you know, it is such a high profile, high visibility location. But if there's ways we can facilitate some, you know, some of these sorts of small operations that go along the highway that fit with those size lots, I think it's great.
Okay, thank you, Deb. Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, I support this. I think we should be taking a look at all of our commercial zones as also including a component of employee housing or residential. Again, we're in this housing crisis. So anytime we can add housing stock or allowing the owner to be on the site and already have a housing option is also going to help local businesses sell their businesses too. One of the more problematic things I think that people would find hard to believe is that owners can't sell it because there's no place to live in Sycamore. So I think this is a good idea with a very little impact on our OCP or even on the C2 zoning. I think it's a really good idea. So I support it.
Great. Thank you, Ian. And John, you're okay?
I'm good with that. I think it's, I agree completely wholeheartedly with Ian on this one because I do a lot of work in Banff and Canmore and businesses are actually required to start doing that now. Like it's in their permitting application, you have to have some housing added on. So I think it's a great way to go with it.
Okay. Great. No, thank you. Yeah, I agree as well. And I think this is a great option. The company that ran there last year on the temporary use permit did a great job. There, it was nice and clean and tidy, and cleaned it up really, really nice compared to what it was before. So yeah, I support that as well.
That was the rubber mat place, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So for sure. Okay. Can I have a mover?
You already did that.
Oh yeah, mover. Okay. Okay. All in favor? All right. Great. Thank you very much. Okay. Development permit. Well, that one's delayed. Okay. It's going to be a short meeting. Development variance permit DP 046. That the Planning and Development Committee recommend council to authorize the issuance of a development variance permit on number 23-046 for property legally described as Lot 1, Section 5, Township 22, Range 7, west of the 6th Meridian Kamloops Division Yale District Plan, EPP 47897, located at 1833 Steppet Road. A very setback for interior parcel lines from 3 meters to 2.52 meters for an addition to an existing property. Hey, can I have a mover? Ian, seconder, John. Okay, Sarah. Oh, this is Steffi.
Through the chair. So this is the ortho image of the property, 1833. For a development variance permit. The subject property is within the agricultural land reserve as shown in this map. And this map shows the slope or topography of the subject property. The red shows the steepness. And it is designated as rural within the official community plan. And it is zoned as country residential within the zoning bylaw number 1000. This is a site plan. It shows the location of the accessory building. Right now, there is no principal dwelling on the property, and the owners use it for fruit and vegetable hobby farming and recreation. But they eventually want to build a single family dwelling on this property in future. So right now, it is connected to water, and they have an on-site septic disposal as well. So they're planning on extending the accessory building a little bit to the west of the property, and that requires a variance from the rear setback. So if you use this, these are the plans and elevations submitted as part of the building permit application. So this is the existing structure and this is the addition. So I guess the existing structure is about 42 meters square and the addition is 23.36 meters square. So the addition would include a bathroom, a kitchen sink, and a covered area. So if you look at the photos, I guess the roof would remain the same, except for the pitch level. But then this would be the covered area, and this is where it requires a variance from the rear setback. Yeah, and notifications for the neighbors within 50 meters of the subject property has been mailed out, I think on Feb 8th. And we didn't receive any concerns in response to the referral responses. So, and the applicant is present in person to answer any questions.
Great, thanks, Debbie. Okay, any questions? Ian, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess since we're putting in a kitchen and a sink, is this the beginning of this being a dwelling unit, or the kitchen and the bathroom are, oh, there's not. It's just, sure, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're definitely not going to be using this as a dwelling, but the bottom of the property, we had excavator in, we put a road in and everything down there. We put a big garden down there.
Oh.
And up top, we have gardens, we put some fruit trees. We just like when we're out there, we'd like to clean up and just put stove, nothing like that, just kitchen sinks and canning and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, all right.
So it's just so we can use our property. It'll be 6 years in July. And it's just kind of hard to use it right now without any hot water in. It's got a couple hydrants, one full hole on the property and one out the bottom. just like to be able to use it. We also just bought a condo at Grandview Shores and take possession on the 28th. It'd be nice to kind of go back into our garden.
Laundry facility there too, to be able to some laundry and
Yeah,
All practical things.
all practical.
Welcome to Sycamus as well.
Yeah, we love it.
Okay, it's the only question I had.
Great, thanks, Ian. Anybody else? Yeah, I'll just comment, yeah, I think it's great. I looked after the snowmobile club for 10 years, so I kind of drove past there every day a zillion times, and it's nice to see some activity there, and they're a great asset to the snowmobile club because when they're there, they're keeping an eye out for the.
Yeah, we know the guys. Keep an eye because I don't get trucks all the time.
Yeah, no, it's
the way they take care of us. Sometimes the trailer door blew open a couple of times. They call me out, close your door.
Yeah, no, it's good. And you guys have done a great job cleaning up the property yeah, that looks good. Okay, great. All righty. All those in favor? Okay. That was.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Okay.
Pretty easy one. Yeah. No.
Pretty short meeting.
Yeah.
Recommend that the Planning and Development Committee meeting February 15th, 2023 be adjourned at 9:17. Ian's John seconder, favor. Great. Thank you very much. Thanks, Deb, for joining us.
Yep, you bet.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow. That was
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
yeah, I know. Thank you.